Translating keywords and phrases into algebraic expressions. This table lists some keywords and phrases used to describe common mathematical operations. To write algebraic expressions in equations, assign a variable to represent the unknown number. In the table below, the letter x represents the unknown. In translation problems, the words sum, total, difference, product, and quotient imply at least two parts. Use parentheses when sum or difference is multiplied. For example, the phrase, the sum of 3 times a number and 5 translates into 3x plus 5, while the phrase 3 times the sum of a number and 5 translates into 3, open parentheses, x plus 5. Start with addition. The operation addition, the most common phrases are plus, more than, the sum of, the total of, increased by, added to. The examples given here, a number plus 3, that's the verbal expression, is just written as x plus 3. More than, 10, more than a number. Here we do x plus 10, and that's the algebraic expression. The sum of a number and 5. A number is unknown, so we're going to insert the variable x, and we're going to add 5 to it to get the x plus 5. The total of 6 and some number, well, that's just 6 plus x. Increased by, that means the number is getting bigger. A number increased by 2, well, we're going to have that as x plus 2. Added to, 11 added to a number, well, we're still using x, so it's going to be x plus 11. Moving on to subtraction. Common words for the common words we use to subtract are minus, less than, the difference of, less, decreased by, or subtracted from. The examples we have given, minus a number minus 7. So the number is x minus 7. We put x first because we're taking 7 away from this unknown number. Less than, 4 less than a number. Our unknown number is x, so we're going to have x minus 4. The difference of, well, difference means subtract. The difference of a number, in this case x and 3, is just x minus 3, less, 9 less than a number, but we're starting off at 9, we're making it less than some unknown value, which is why we got 9 minus x. Decreased by, a number decreased by 12. Well, numbers are unknown variable, so we're using x, and we're subtracting 12 from it to get x minus 12. Subtracted from, 6 subtracted from a number is x minus 6. So once again, we're taking 6 and we're subtracting it from this unknown number. Let's look at multiplication. Common words for multiplication are times, the product of, twice, doubled. You could even add triple or quadrupled. Multiplied by, or the word of, which is usually saved for percentages or fractions. So times, 8 times a number is just 8x. And from now on, when you see a number like 8x, what you want to do is read it to yourself as 8 times x, because that's going to help you with inverse operations when we get there. The product of, well, the product of 14 and a number is just 14x. Notice there's no operational signs between the 14 and the x. So when you have a constant and a variable next to each other, it's understood that that's multiplication. That's also the best way to write that problem. Twice or doubled, twice a number or doubled a number, well, that's just 2x. Multiplied by, a number multiplied by -6, well, that's just -6x. And you always want to put that constant first, because if that -6 is behind the x, it would look like x minus 6, which isn't the right problem. And finally, of, you got 3/4 of a number, which is 3 over 4x, and we know that is 3/4 times x. Okay, let's look at division. There are three main words for division: the quotient of, divided by, or the ratio of. So the quotient of a number in 7 is just x over 7. Divided by, well, 10 divided by a number is just 10 over x. The ratio of, so just in the future, remember a ratio is just a division problem, so they're super easy. But a ratio of a number to 15, that's either going to be written as x over 15 or x colon 15. I prefer x over 15 just because it's easier for me to perform inverse operations on. And you don't have to know what that is right now. Just remember that x over 15 is my preferred method, and you may find you like it or you may not. Powers, well, we've got for our square and cubed, which are pretty common, we have the square of or a number squared. We have the cubed of or cubed. And sometimes we may want to raise a number to something other than 2 or 3. And in those cases, we use to the power of or raised to or raised by a. So here we have the square of a number, which is just x squared, or a number squared. Once again, it's just x squared. The cube of a number is just x to the third power, or x to the little 3 at the top there. Or a number cubed, once again, that would just be x cubed, to the power of or raised to or by. In this case, a number raised to the 4th power would be x to the little 4. Equals, there are 5 different ways of saying equals. Well, just one is just the word equals. Is the same as, yields, or amounts to. So equals 7 less than a number equals 10. Is 3 times a number is negative 6, or which would be here, 3x is equal to negative 6, is the same as 8 is the same as twice the number. Yields 12 added to a number yields 5. Amounts to 9 less than a number amounts to 20. Keep in mind, if there's not an equal sign, it's just an algebraic expression, and you can't solve expressions. You can simplify them, combine like terms and that sort of things, but you can only solve an equation.